Visualize this mouth-watering treasure that India currently holds. 440 million millennials, the largest number of millennials anywhere on the globe. A median age of just 28 years, according to the 2021 CIA World Factbook. Better than the median ages of the world's top 3 economies, the US, 38 years, China, 37 years, and Japan, 47 years. India sitting on a gold mine? Technically, yes. But imagine having deeply embedded cancer at 28 years. The cancer of corruption. It's a new day in India. The sun rises, birds chirp, offices open, and we begin our daily routine of corruption. Consider a few from different parts of the country in recent weeks and months. In Mumbai, the CBI chases on foot in true Bollywood style bribery accused income tax inspector Ashish Kumar, who abandons 500,000 rupees on the road and makes an unsuccessful dash. No visuals are available, but you can visualize an income tax inspector running in Goregaon East in India's business capital Mumbai, abandoning 500,000 rupees on the road and running a kilometer chased by the CBI amid traffic. Now go across to Bhubaneswar, Odisha, where a government official throws a bag full of cash onto his neighbor's terrace when a vigilance team comes to his house for a raid. Again, no visuals are available, but you can imagine how a bag full of cash can fall on your terrace if you happen to live next to one of India's numerous corrupt government officials. Now travel down south to Bengaluru, where anti-corruption officials had to do a lot of plumbing to take out cash stashed in drainage pipes at the residence of Shantanu Gowda, an assistant engineer with the Public Works Department at Kalaburgi. In this case, visuals were available so Indians could see how the nation's money goes down drain pipes into the pockets of corrupt government officials. Go up to the national capital, New Delhi, from where it emerged that conman Sukesh Chandrasekhar was running an extortion racket from within the Tihar jail using high-end mobiles, bribing prison officials millions of rupees. Down south in Kerala, 2 Pollution Control Board engineers, A.M. Harris and J. Josmon, were picked up by the vigilance officials on charges of corruption running into millions of rupees. Corruption in India is not just about a few junior officers taking money, it runs top to bottom. Earlier this year, the Parliament was informed that there were as many as 581 complaints against IAS officers in 2020-21. And this month, the Parliament was informed that there were 1,622 complaints against the judiciary, including judicial corruption, over the last 5 years. Of course, the number of corruption cases against our political leaders would be too numerous to count, but most bizarre is our tendency to cheat even during a charity event. Earlier this year, when Vishwanath and Anand played simultaneous chess in a charity event to raise funds for COVID-19 patients, one of the participants, a billionaire, cheated in the online game and beat the former world chess champion before apologizing. Just how bad has India's bribery and corruption network got? The Deccan Herald in Bengaluru reported last week in an article aptly titled 1,000 Cuts. The Karnataka State Contractors Association, a body with 1 lakh members, has approached Prime Minister Narendra Modi with a serious complaint. They say they are forced to pay kickbacks that are now as high as 40% of the project cost. The money goes to various people, including ministers, in order to carry out civic works. India's corrupt government officials will laugh at the letter to the Prime Minister because no Indian Prime Minister, from Jawaharlal Nehru to Indira Gandhi and Atal Bihari Vajpayee to Narendra Modi, has been able to lay their hands on India's unsackable government officials who are called government servants. No private company will tolerate an employee caught for corruption red-handed even for a few days. But the most a corrupt government official who is immovable and permanent can get for corruption is a transfer. When corruption is so pervasive in government service, employees tend to get co-opted into it, feels Rajiv Vasudevan, founder CEO of Ayurveda Hospitals and a former CEO of the Technopark.
So everybody take the shortcut because they see it all pervading, that if they see it around. So therefore, if you see above you, somebody is doing it below that, if that sense is there, you say, and there is also this thing of being co-opted into a system. It is a running system. So most of these things are systems into which you co-opted. And either you fit in or you're out.
Given the sheer breadth and depth of India's corruption, the country slipping 6 places to 86th rank in Transparency International's Corruption Perception Index this year is no surprise. A score of 0 on the index means the highest level of corruption, and a score of 100 indicates a corruption-free ecosystem. In the 2021 Corruption Perception Index, Denmark and New Zealand topped the charts with identical scores of 88, followed by Finland, Singapore, and Sweden, who have a score of 85 each. India comes at 86th rank with a score of 40, and at the bottom are Syria with a score of 14, and Somalia and South Sudan with 12 each. Of course, bribery is no post-independence phenomenon in India. To win the Battle of Plassey in 1757 against the Nawab of Bengal, Siraj Dowlah, English East India Company's Robert Clive only had to bribe the Nawab's Commander-in-Chief Mir Jafar. In contemporary India, the collapse of independent media is adding more fuel to corruption. This week, the Chief Justice of India, M.V. Ramana, himself a former journalist, lamented that the concept of investigative journalism is unfortunately vanishing from the media canvas. To which journalist P. Sainath responded, "Today we wake up, sir, to reports of journalists exposing scandals being charged, even jailed under draconian laws." With that backdrop, it is easier to understand nearly 1 million Indians giving up their Indian citizenships since 2015. Last week, the Lok Sabha was informed that 881,254 Indians had renounced their Indian citizenships since 2015. Were they less patriotic? Or did they give up on India as a corrupt nation where they didn't see a future? It was former World Bank President Robert Zoellick who said, "Corruption is a cancer that steals from the poor, eats away at governance, and destroys trust." Earlier this month, on December 9th, the world marked International Anti-Corruption Day. Another time to take a pledge against corruption. Do we laugh or cry? Do neither. Kim Jong-un of North Korea, one of the 10 most corrupt countries, has banned laughing or crying for 11 days. This video celebrates 2 Indians who excel in the World Badminton Championships this week, silver medalist Kidambi Srikanth and bronze medalist Lakshya Sen, and despairs over 2 other Indians who were lynched by mobs in Punjab also this week. Another case of Indians excelling abroad and a decaying moral fiber at home.